The music in this game always gets you in the right mood. Hey everyone, it's Trails of Cold Steel. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we got here to the central control stick, and this time we're gonna go in. However, first things first, I have changed some things with the party because coming up we have the toughest fight in the game. I will say that straight up. We have the toughest fight in the game that is coming up. We will not be able to back, so it's a good thing that I saved beforehand. Things are changed. Reen has some passion. He is the same. Angelica is very different. I have very much spec'd her out for, she's honestly not doing all too much in terms of arts, but she will be able to punch a lot. As for Elisa, she has Impenetrable Shield, and Elliot cast 2. Elliot, he is mostly the same. I'm also gonna give him Flood back. He's mostly the same. Again, cast 2 and Impenetrable Shield have moved off of, and Machias is pretty much the same. Equipment-wise, I have Reen set up for lots of CP, as well as Elisa. As well as Elisa for that. In addition, I have people to prevent Feint, and Fee and Angelica are both prevented from being able to be dead. Again, also Fee has the Aura Jacket, which is that really good weapon item thing, armor. That's the word I'm looking for. That we had. I'm scared. I'm gonna be honest. This is my second time doing this because again, the fight coming up is the most difficult in the game. Say that with a lot of confidence.
Who'd have thought it would turn up? You just don't know when to quit.
You're Vishu.
He was waiting for.
So you're those terrorists, huh? Like you've known we were for quite a while now.
We weren't really counting on the provincial army's blade to hold up. If the RMP manages to get through, to lay them out. In fact, counting on it. But me and my crew be more than enough to bury you here.
We'll see about that.
Don't underestimate him. He's even stronger than he looks.
We were able to beat him back at Guerrilla Fortress because Instructor Knight was with us. But if he had...
Now I remember. Are you a survivor of the Arngarm Jaeger Corps?
Surprised you heard of it, Sylphid. It was long gone by the time you started making a name for yourself.
I heard boss. He mentioned he faced you guys on the field a few times. Said you were worthy opponents.
I'm honored that the Jaeger King himself would tip us to us. It's a little late, but you've got my condolences. He was one hell of a man.
Thanks.
What are you guys trying to do here? Even our co-op, the noble faction, not like you bear the same ice. And if any happened to this mob, the whole country would be in trouble.
We know. But I'll do whatever it takes to slaughter that iron-blooded shit stain and let him twist in the wind!
Why?
Why do you hate Lord Osborne so much? Kid, I could give you my life story, but I doubt you'd understand it even then.
You have no idea how many have been driven from their homes thanks to his reforms. How many have lost everything they had because of him.
Victims of the Chancellor's expansion policies, huh?
Well, we ain't all pressed for mold. We got different reasons for being here. Gideon hated him for his ideology. And Scarlet, I heard she lost her old hometown when he went and built a railway through it.
So that's it.
So that's what drove her to terrorism.
Me? Let's just say I've got a misplaced grudge against the guy. Not that I've got any intention of repenting for it now. Like Sylphid said, I ran with a corps called Arngarm. Led it, actually. Just a medium-sized outfit. Nothing too grand. We took decent-sized jobs, did them well, and pulled in solid business. That was life for us. Sure, we might have gotten a little too fired up when we were facing down dangerous enemies, but it wasn't all rough going. Whenever we had a bunch of new folks join up, we'd take one easy job after another. I thought that was just gonna be another one of those laid-back missions. Back when Osborne got his seat as the Chancellor, The noble faction hired us to give him a little scare. That was all. He was a commoner who came up through the military, chosen by the Emperor. Guess they just wanted to show him who was boss, but he saw right through their plan. Can't really call what happened a fight. It's more like a massacre. They didn't even give us a chance to surrender. Just gunned us all down in cold blood. Young boys who'd just been with us for a couple weeks. Women. Everyone. I was all that was left. Surrounded on every side by my comrades' bodies. I was the only one to come crawling back out of that hell. I wandered a while. Didn't know what to do with myself. Eventually, I ended up finding my way to the Imperial Liberation Front. No high ideals here. I just wanted to kill him. To gut that son of a bitch. Avenge my friends, and tear apart everything he spent his life trying so hard to build.
So that's what happened to Arngarm.
It's a sad story for sure.
Look, I can sympathize with what you went through, but that doesn't mean the Chancellor was wrong in doing what he did.
Yeah, it sounds kind of heartless to say, but
I'll say it. Terrorists need to be handled with an iron fist. Their fate should discourage others from following their lead.
You ain't strained for mercy, are you? Can't deny what you're saying, though. But this ain't about who's right and wrong. Maybe it never was. That bastard loves the flame's progress. One way or another, we've all been. What for sads like us? Tell you what, when our own f***s so big, so what? They'll burn an iron. Never you came this way. Might as well show me what you got. Just remember, you're the ones who keep jumping into the fire. Don't blame me when all that's left are ashes.
Here he comes.
Everyone, brace yourselves!
We're counting on you, Angelica.
Sure thing. Let's do this.
Better to burn out than fade away.
My turn!
Vulcan is cool as hell!
Alright,
Right,
let's
we're
do
just
this.
gonna throw out a motivate.
got it.
Just get everyone's strength up
I'm in.
a decent bit. We're actually going to...
Right.
How am I
They're
gonna
all
do this?
yours.
I'll try
This
at
is
least.
probably going to be a mistake, but I'm going to throw out
Analyzing enemy attack
Elliot to
patterns.
go and detect her. Just make sure that we get the scout on everyone. He's gonna aim after Fee, and
I'll handle
he's gonna unfortunately hit.
Right.
Vulcan has 151,000 health. Yeah, we're getting to the very high numbers at this point. Very, very high numbers. I forgot to give Elisa Holy Breath. Oh well, that'll be fine. It will not be fine, most likely.
I'll handle it.
Good work there. We can just keep on going as we have been. Plasma Bottle has the chance of inflicting seal, like it did. Really? Alright, fine.
Secret weapon.
Here we go!
Fine, be that way. Yeah, I mean, Elisa won't be able to attack for a while, but that's fine. Let's throw out a battle scope. We've got the sword guy. We need gun guy. And then also Vulcan himself.
Okay.
Elliot getting a little bit low on HP. Let's just heal him up. Firecracker is going to do quite a bit of damage, but Elisa is
My
going
turn.
to dodge.
Arcus activate.
Be full of holes when I'm done.
Prepare up a Holy Breath.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately takes out Reed,
I'll handle it.
who has not been having a good day, I must say. Right away because we do have the Holy Breath coming up anyways.
That's good.
This fight is admittedly not the one I'm all too worried about. I say that, and I'm having difficulties with it, because, you know, obviously that's how it works. Let's just throw out the 7th Rhapsody, see if we can get some, ooh,
Here's a performance just
some
for you.
crits.
My
Nice
turn.
work. They're all confused, which should help me out a decent bit. Try to keep some of your power in the bank. Obviously, it didn't confuse Vulcan, because he's too cool to be confused.
Thanks.
Luckily, he's going to crit his friend there.
Oh no, you double
Throw out a Molten Rain. Let's throw out a Gale. Let's then use Burst.
Okay.
After this, we will throw out a Bullet Cyclone. Takes out none of them? Really?
Your turn.
Down goes Elliot.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's got 100. They've got very low health left. We could have just... Bit of a shame. Bullet Cyclone again. How do I want to do this? I don't want him using that crit.
Sorry.
I'll take care of this.
So I'm going to bring Angelica in to do the crit. Unfortunately, can't quite take care of, can't quite reach the gun guy. But it's fine. And yeah. Kind of figured he was using Destruction Cannon.
No. How'd that happen?
And Elisa is now into Angel. Let's throw up a normal bomb.
My turn.
Not a normal bomb. Celestial bomb. That's what I meant. Normal celestial bomb.
Thanks.
Right.
And then from here we can throw out a Judgment Arrow.
Damn.
My turn.
And we have Vulcan fully scouted. Warcry really boosts up his damage potential
can you handle
and his
this?
defense potential. Let's just go up there. Let's throw out an Impassion onto Angelica. He can be, you know, Vulcan, he's quite dangerous. I mean, makes sense. He is basically an admin
I'll
of
handle it.
the Imperial Liberation Front, that's the word. And he's asleep. It changes my plans for sure, but in a good way. La Forte, just to boost up our strength.
Here we go.
I'd rather him not be able to move.
Yeah. I can't.
Even if it, you know, it is wasting a turn, that is true, but again, I'm willing to do that.
I'm in.
Let's throw out another La Forte,
My turn.
and just keep on peppering him down. He is still up on his war cry,
I'm in.
and okay.
Now.
Right. Fire.
This is bad.
Alright, so how do I want to do this? Because again, I want to make sure that I have some available for for the next fight, because there is a fight after this. This isn't the fight that I'm worried about. Let's just keep on...
Looks like I don't have to hold back.
Sir, I don't know how you're talking. You are a block of ice right now.
It's my turn.
Let's
would you
switch
mind?
in
I'll
Elliot,
try at least. Arcus, activate.
throw out a Holy
Not
Breath,
over yet.
and ideally we can do some sort of status to him. He does have a few... blindness could be good.
Time to show.
Just keep peppering him. Damage plasma buff is... Ooh, if he misses, it's fine.
Sorry, can you handle
Switch
this?
it back to Elisa, and let's actually throw out a Heavenly Gift. Oh, Heavenly Gift.
Time to show.
Heavenly Gift is great.
My turn.
I got it. I got you.
He's going to Warcry again. Okay. I was worried about the possibility of him using Destruction Cannon. We have a Relaxant that can clear up Seal.
My turn. Has a chance.
Still has a lot of health
I
left,
can do this.
but I honestly think that... Ooh, you know what?
Arcus,
Okay.
activate.
I'll handle it.
I'm going to risk him using Destruction Cannon.
This'll soften you up.
Oh, please.
Okay, that's actually probably one of the best results we could have got.
Do this.
Motivate. Let's throw out the Dragon Kick. 18,000.
I can do this.
Let's also have Fee attack with Sophie Dance.
It's my turn.
Okay. That's honestly... That's fine. That's fine. We're good. Coming up, though...
Alright, let's keep
Oh
on
no. Pretty much everyone leveled up. Cannon reaches level 5, which gives him Athelas.
I did it!
Success.
Weed's at 61, Fee's at 60,
Nice looking.
Jellicoe's at 62, Elisa's at 60, and Machias at 61.
They're strong.
I can't believe we got pushed back by a bunch of students.
You kids hit harder than I expected.
This fight is over.
Release the miners.
That was always part of the plan. But I don't like your attitude. You don't get to call the shots here.
What?
No way.
How are they still standing?
That's one mean vibe I'm getting from him.
Even among Jaegers, only the strongest warriors give off an aura like that.
Do not despair, Comrade V. This simply goes to show how much they've grown since our first meeting.
See!
So this is the guy, huh?
This is the first time I've actually seen him.
Comrade S has already boarded the airship. I shall buy you the time to join her.
Fine. I'll chalk this one up as my loss. But next time... Oh, next time, we'll have some real fun!
Sorry, Comrade C.
We'll wait up for you.
Last time.
He doesn't let his guard down even for a second.
But why the mask?
Who are you, anyway? All the other ringleaders show their faces without a care in the world, but not you. Why is that?
You'll have to forgive me. I'm afraid I'm the shy sort. Or are you so enamored of the mask that you intend to take it from me by force? It would be quite a coup, especially for the daughter of Marquis Ragnar.
Don't let your focus waver. If we want to walk away from this, we can't let up, even for a moment.
I wasn't planning on letting up.
There's no way he can take all of us at once.
Agreed. Even Instructor Sarah couldn't pull off a feat like that.
The odds do seem stacked against me. So I hope you'll permit me to even them ever so slightly.
What? Two archaisms!
Were they there all along?
It was the height of summer when we last crossed blades beneath Heimdall. Do you think you can prevail now where before you fell short? Tell me not with words, but with steel. Show me your strength, your will.
My turn!
I didn't remember this fight much before going into the Let's Play. I now have nightmares about this fight. See, we get to fight him again! Oh boy! And he has backup. This is why you need to be prepared. And yes, I do mean need to be prepared.
I'll handle it.
You cannot afford to let your guard down for a moment. Just as he never lets his guard down, we can't afford to let ours down.
My turn.
Fee and Angelica are frontliners.
Here we go!
Reen has a very unique role. Usually I don't use move that much. But oh boy, is it all but necessary in this fight. We're gonna throw out a Heavenly Gift.
Rain upon us!
Just to give those two some insight. That is the main reason why it is for the insight. CP regen is pretty nice, but that's not why we're doing it. Reen, his job is to just sit here and use Arc Slash.
Chance!
Eat it. My turn.
The Language of Zephranthes is Very nice. They are not the big issue, though. It's C that's the issue. We are going, no. We're gonna keep going like this. But yeah, C is the big issue here. E is why I have to prepare things. We're gonna throw up an adamantine shield. He's gonna use his own arc slash, which is the worst arc slash because it's not going to delay us. You fool. But it does, however, prevent us from being able to link up. We're gonna keep using Reen's arc slash to just keep the Zaphranthes at bay. Now, there's a very good reason why I wanted to use, why I needed Adamantine Shield. And we'll see it coming up.
Okay.
We certainly will see it.
Here.
These little mines that he throws out, make sure that you scan them at some point. They are things that you need to scan. The thing is that I need to, you know,
Sorry, would you mind?
let's switch Elliot in just so he can start building up towards being able to scan. That's not how you build up towards being able to scan. This is why you need Adamantine Shield. At just about any point in time,
My turn.
he can throw out Deadly Cross, and it, on this difficulty, it will one-shot your entire party. This is not a, it might one-shot your entire party. This will defeat your entire party.
Time to shine.
If you are not prepared for it, if you do not have an Adamantine Shield, you kind of have to hope that he manages to miss somehow. I took on this battle for about 2 hours, and I just kept losing and losing and losing because he just would decide, no, you're not going to win. That doesn't sound fun. So, we just kind of had to deal with it. As in, by we, I mean I kind of had to deal with it.
I'll handle it.
And I don't like that.
Here we go.
I like that, though.
Yeah.
This is going to be a bit of a risky move. Jellica's probably going to go down, but I'm going to use the Dragon Kick. This is a fight that you may potentially be able to win if you're not prepared for it. But if you're not, oh boy, is it going to be difficult. Yeah, that whole, you know, that Deadly Cross thing is no joke. And really, he missed one. Oh well.
My turn.
Now, switch back into Elisa. This is also why, Elisa, I mainly have her in as a support unit. I'm gonna have her in to give Adamantine Shields, have her in to give the... What am I trying to say? Have her in for Adamantine Shield, have her in for Heavenly Gift. That's the word I'm looking. That's the one I'm looking for.
I'll handle it.
Thing is, yeah, Adamantine Shield doesn't work too well against these guys. And usually you're not able to hit all of them. This is one of the reasons why we want to have resistance to Fate.
My turn.
On C's next turn, from summoning the mines, I have to make a note to cut out something because I definitely did spoilers. So let me just write a note about that because that's a very big spoiler that I accidentally let slip. And we don't want that. And down goes Fee.
Careless.
That is unfortunate. And of course it only heals up Elliot. You know, just what we needed.
Now's our chance.
I'll pick you up.
Go with their criminal edge. This is why I wanted resistance to delay. That move delays you so much. It is absurd how much that delays you.
My turn.
Now, I can actually use this as a way to
Analyzing enemy attack
get them
patterns.
all nice and scanned. Problem is, Elliot might die.
Analysis complete.
Here we go.
Let's see. Can we reach all of them? Is there any way that we can reach all of them? Not quite. We can hit most of them, but one will still explode. Elliot, he is not part of the main plan, so he doesn't have the resistance to feint. And did that delay resist not work? I feel like the delay resist didn't work. Because he should have resisted that delay.
Second form. Oh no, you don't.
He's gonna go after Reen. That is fine. We can just keep using Arc Slash. Problem is that because we are quite low on people right now, yeah, we're not exactly getting the turns for Reen to be able to keep that up. The Arc Slash is up. Luckily, we can actually afford a turn of just normal attacks. So you're gonna keep going after Elliot. That is a little bit unfortunate that he went down. Reviving takes a lot out of you. Coming back from death is a little bit of a... Really? Really? Alright. Alrighty then. Spark Sphere, that's going to do a decent bit of damage, but we do resist the feint from it. Fee goes down, and Angelica hasn't moved in very long.
My turn.
I could have sworn I had her with a delay resist.
Oh no. How'd that happen?
My turn.
Yeah. This fight's done.
Sorry, everyone.
Well, we've got everything scanned.
Your will.
Here we go.
And let's just start out with... I'm just gonna cut away to when this battle's done, because oh boy, am I going to need to do a lot of cutting. So, thank third attempt on this setup. As you can see, the fight over, 22,000 HP, and we have a lot of S-Craft. So let's do it!
I'm not holding back this time. It's Dragon Kick.
I really hope this works. Oh, it'll work alright. Oh. Die. Yes! Goodbye, C. See you in hell where you belong. This fight sucks.
Perhaps I underestimated you.
Oh, we still have the others.
Flames, gavel on my
This
blade.
fight sucks! Honestly, okay, so the Zaphranthis, what they can do, they have... they can use Ancient Glyph, which does have the chance of petrification. In addition, they can also...
This is my secret weapon.
they have Cyclonic Laser, which can lower your strength by quite a bit. They also have a move that basically takes up the entire screen that has a chance of inflicting feint. That one, Shockwave Blast. Yeah, they can use Shockwave Blast, which is a little bit painful, but honestly, it's not too bad. If I lose now, I'm going to be very... Okay. Well, he does have 10,000 health left. Nothing to sneeze at, but the main thing is, the main reason that you'd be afraid of these guys at all is because they can inflict feint. The Cyclonic Laser can be a little bit annoying, but we do have Fee dodging everything, even without insight.
I'll handle it.
We're fine.
It's my turn.
I actually did it! Well, at least not getting the experience for it.
No. Done.
Sorry, Elisa, I guess. I did it. Oh, well, she still gets the maxed out 99 experience. That's fine. Hey, look. An EP charge to recover the one that I just used.
Nicely done.
Yeah, having the adamantine shield really helps.
Most impressive.
How do you like that?
Just paying back what we owe from the summer festival.
Now hurry up and release the miners.
The miners are being held in the area above us. They've been bound, but their lives are in no danger.
Are you telling the truth?
That does match what the other guy said.
Well then, with that cleared up, let's talk about you, shall we? I hope you're not thinking you're just gonna walk out of here after everything you've done.
I'm afraid that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Watch out! It's...
Damn it!
Late.
Buzz!
Don't freak out. Orient us.
Flash grenades!
Where did he go?
He's gone.
How could we have dropped the ball like that? We had him right there.
Did he go to rejoin the others?
That doesn't add up. It feels like he headed downward somehow. But I can't even see the bottom of that shaft, so where...
What's that sound?
That's the airship we saw at Guerrilla Fortress.
Looks like Reinford's high-speed RF-26 model.
So the Liberation Front has expensive taste in airships.
What is going on here?
It's the terrorists. Take aim and fire.
Yes, ma'am!
You have no right to open fire here. Men, stop them at once.
Yes, sir!
What do you think you're doing?
My, what a pathetic spectacle. And the Chancellor has sent his loyal lapdog to bark us up a tree too. Go on and scurry back to your master, Icy Maiden, and tell him this. Our preparations are complete. Next time we strike, he shall be the one in the crosshairs.
They're getting away!
Damn!
Farewell, for now. You failed, but at least you can say you tried. And to you students, the next time our paths cross, you...
Huh?
What was that?
It couldn't be.
Oh!
Everyone hit the deck!
Oh. What the hell?
What just happened? Did it self-destruct?
I can't see it. They don't seem the type for wanton self-sacrifice.
Did one of the RMP's bullets find its mark?
I don't know what caused it, but by the looks of that explosion, I'm guessing we won't find any survivors in the wreckage.
What is the meaning of this? Terrorists or not, that doesn't excuse shooting down their airship without even offering a chance to surrender.
Please, calm down. There's no evidence to suggest the explosion was caused by our gunfire. In fact, given the magnitude of the blast, I suspect that some sort of explosive was planted on the airship. Right now, let's prioritize rescuing the miners, then begin a full investigation into exactly what happened here.
You have the nerve to suggest...
We have written permission from His Majesty the Emperor himself. Or are you telling me you intend to ignore that and hound us every step of the way?
Ugh, don't get all full of yourself just because of one little sheet of paper. And who the hell are you meddling kids? Are you students? What business do you have on restricted property? Whatever excuse you have better be nothing short of brilliant, or you're in for a world of trouble.
Well, crap.
You're in the hot seat now.
Are you kidding me?
Listen, you're misunderstanding something. They're here because I asked them to accompany me.
Angelica?
And who the hell are you? Lady Angelica?
Hey, it's Lady Angelica.
I heard she was back, but this isn't really the place you expect to meet a Marquis's daughter.
Ha! Long time no see, guys. Huh. I see a couple of faces I recognize under those fancy helmets. Maybe I should have tried the front entrance first, after all. It would have given me an easy chance to ask some of the pressing questions I've got about this whole affair. Like, you know, why you let terrorists have the run of the place while barring entry to law enforcement officials, maybe?
Uh-oh. This isn't looking good.
Remain calm! We were acting under the direct orders of the Marquis himself. He expressly commanded us not to let these insolent fools trespass in his territory.
Oh? Well, the Marquis must be quite the sly businessman. To acquire ownership of a mine I wasn't aware we were selling.
What?
I recognize that voice. How could he be?
Prince Olivert!
Nice timing.
Crow! George!
Thank goodness you're all right.
Yeah, glad to see you guys are safe too. I heard things took a wild turn.
You can say that again. I sure wouldn't have guessed at this outcome anyway. So that's the last of the terrorist airships accounted for, then?
All that we know of, at any rate. We'll need a more detailed examination of the wreckage to say for sure.
It's truly an honor to receive a visit from you, Your Highness.
That's enough out of you. We have more important matters to attend to right now. First, I feel it necessary to emphasize that I personally stand behind these students' course of action. I trust you have no objections?
None at all, Your Highness.
Oh, Your Highness.
We're saved!
Secondly, I'll be assuming command here as representative of the Arner family of this, and as my directive, I demand the provincial army to at once. The railway remain on the scene under my command, assist with my investigation.
Yes, Your Highness.
Yes, Your Highness. The prince, out!
After all, Errol, the situation was resolved with surprising speed. The railway military police fulfilled their duties under the command of Prince Olivert. The remaining archaisms were disposed of, and the miners were rescued without significant injury. But the implications of what had just happened were profound, and the news was likely already beginning to spread. It was obvious that the provincial army had given their tacit approval to the terrorists' actions, and the terrorists had destroyed all evidence that the noble faction had been dumping iron onto the black market. But even lacking concrete evidence, their guilt seemed clear. And Prince Olivert declared he'd be conducting a thorough investigation with the full support of Chairman Irina.
This must be it. No maker's trademark. No proprietary parts I could use to identify it. Not that I expected to find any. From all appearances, it seems to be a long-range anti-material sniper rifle.
I see. At least it wasn't a Rhineford model.
That's correct. I suspect this is yet another of that workshop's products. Their handicrafts do seem to be in vogue these days, especially with the Red Constellation.
Indeed, but this is no laughing matter. And while I have you here, Miss Kruger, I've been hoping for the opportunity to have a little chat with you for quite some time now. Exactly how much involvement does your employer have in all of this?
Might I ask to which of them you're referring?
Let's go with both of them. My apologies. It seems we didn't clear this area as thoroughly as I thought.
You have such splendid form, Lady Claire. It's an honor to see the famous Icy Maiden in action.
You're quite the sight yourself. I see now why they call you the Severines.
It was nothing. But to add your earlier, Chairman Aris no involvement ever said, I'm she'll leverage the current goings-on advantage as much as she's able.
No less.
I simply play around. At least now.